because it obviously requires a lot of funding to be in place, and we made a commitment early on that it was going to be funded 100% from external funding. It wasn't going to come from student tuition dollars, in other words. And Dave Harper has just worked relentlessly with members of the Duquesne community and the community at large, and it has just taken off. And for me, when the suggestion was made, well, first of all, to have UPMC as a partner was so special, and we're working more with UPMC Mercy right next door. As I said, I was born there, but I mean, we have a very similar mission as institutions. So that was special, but to have it named after Chuck Cooper is the icing on the cake, because Chuck Cooper has not received the recognition that he has deserved as really one of the pioneers in breaking the barrier, the race barrier in professional sports, period. And this is going to be something for the whole country and the whole world to see here, having the Cooper Fieldhouse. So I was really excited about that, and so thankful that UPMC not only agreed to it, they were just so enthusiastic at the idea, and so it's a perfect conclusion to the whole project.
President Gormley, you touched on Dave Harper's persistence in getting this thing started even before you were on the job, is that right?
Oh yeah, when I was selected as president, there was an interim period of about a half a year, and Dave Harper was literally just hired around that time. So I met him early on, and the first words out of his mouth were talking about this project of renovating and expanding the Palumbo Center. He had a vision of Duquesne athletics returning to its grandeur and not just sitting still and accepting mediocrity. He wanted to go for big things right away, and that's my kind of thinking. And so he started on it immediately. I was barely sitting in my chair, and we were looking at ideas for this concept, but he deserves all the credit for just taking it and making it happen. And then obviously our community partners, having the government, the legislature, and the governor support us on the RCAP grant was a key piece, because again, you have to build that momentum, you have to have each of the little components of funding in place to make sure it can happen on a big scale, because the other option would have been a scaled back version of this, and we didn't want to do that, but we were committed to doing it not with student funds, not taking away from the university dollars, but really getting the support externally from alums and foundations and the government and friends of the university to make this a true community project. And I would say also on that one key piece of it, I'm deeply committed to community engagement in this region. I grew up here. Duquesne is a jewel for Pittsburgh and for the region. And as soon as Dave Harper started talking about this, I would close my eyes and visualize that this literally could be the glittering gateway to this new eco-innovation district that County Exec Fitzgerald has been talking about, Mayor Peduto has been talking about. This is a key strategic location, and if this grows and becomes a new asset for the community, it allows this whole region to develop, and that excites me as much as anything.